Heroes get remembered. Legends never die.
Hi everyone, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk entertainment. Oh, the legend. It's not dying. It's just moving into a different direction. Those that do not know, he had a major announcement on the channel yesterday. February 17th, 2022, about a week after the Super Bowl, Online Big Blue is going dark. And we went through all the parameters and everything for moving on from doing the channel. So I don't really want to get into it too much again, but people say, well, you tried to quit a year and a half ago. And honestly, yeah, but I was trying to quit for the wrong reasons. There was some ancillary things that was going on inside the Giant community that was driving me out. But, you know, I came to my senses and say, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to continue the channel. But this time, I'm actually leaving on my own terms. I'm pulling a Brett Favre. I'm not coming back. Well, I'm coming back. Well, maybe I'm coming back. I'm not coming back. I'm coming back. No, I'm not coming back. And it's just, I think the channel has just run its course, and I just think that the community of Giants social media, in my mind, is just going totally in a different and wrong direction. And it's not that I don't want to be associated with it, but I don't want to be associated with it, if you want me to be honest about it. And I just think it's time to go to a different direction. It's time to move on. So we're going to end the channel on February 17th. The channel will go dark. I probably will do a weekly Giants podcast. And I will do that in the podcast format. Those that do not know, that we also have a podcast here at Online Big Blue. So we might do that like maybe once a week, just to keep up with everyone, just to keep saying hi to everyone. You know, it's been a great 3 years. It's been a great run. But you know what? Turn out the lights. The party's over. Sometimes sometimes things just end. And yes, someone brought up the fact that the podcast has become very successful. The Get Off My Lawn, the Mad Ramblings of a Gen Xer, the podcast has become very successful. And that is also one of the reasons, not the main reason, but that's also one of the reasons that we're moving forward, because I want to do different things. I don't want to just be pigeonholed into just doing Giant stuff. So I want to talk about Brian Daboll and my man crush, Brian Daboll. Everyone knows I have the man crush on Brian Daboll because of it's his honesty. It's his ability not only to relate to the fans in some regards and relate to his players, but he has an understanding, and it's not Parcellian, because Parcellian would give you the great press conferences, but he would never really say anything. He would never really, he would be quotable, Parcells is, but he always kept things close to his vest. But, it's one of those things that Brian Daboll, to his fault, maybe, comes out and just says things that make sense, and just says things that, some of us are thinking. And he just says things that, that you're just like, well, it's refreshing. And Brian Daboll basically came out and said that he isn't certain the Giants can win outside their run-happy comfort zone. And he says, I just like to win, which everyone just likes to win. Everyone does. And I love it because the Giants against the Texans, they looked good at times. They looked bad at times. But it's just one of those things that sometimes you know this team's strengths and you know this team's weaknesses. And he was asked if the Giants need to throw to win, can they? And Daboll says, I don't know. You practice that each week. You try to be ready as you can in every situation. You take each game as they come. And he says, it's week 11. I think we have a fair idea of what some of the things that are going on are. And that's just honest. He doesn't know. He doesn't know if we get into a shootout, if Daniel Jones is going to hold up, if the offensive line is going to hold up, if the receivers are going to hold up. And that's just kind of what it is. That he knows as a coaching staff what works and doesn't work by week 11. And he knows, and this team is built on the back of Saquon Barkley. Let's just be honest. Everyone can talk about the efficiency of Daniel Jones, but they don't talk about the fact he only threw the ball 17 times and 55 of those yards came on a Slayton throw. That he does. And like I said, and I got to give Carl Banks all the credit in the world because Carl Banks gets blasted. But when you're in the coaches club, and I talked about this briefly, they pipe in the radio broadcast into the coaches club. So you can see the game on the monitors, but you hear Papa and you hear Banks. And Banks was once again pointing out. And like I said, to me, Carl Banks is the ultimate homer because of the fact that he does do the radio broadcast. But he was pointing out things again that Daniel Jones is just checking down. He's not looking deep. And there were guys open deep many times on Sunday, and he just doesn't throw the ball deep. Now, the question is going to be, is that by design of the offensive coordinator, or is it just because he's not looking to throw the deep ball? And I think that's what's kind of interesting. And right now, the read option for Daniel Jones, the rushing for Daniel Jones, that's going to stop. And it's not going to stop because of they're not going to try to run it, but the league has figured it out. And I've said it before, that damn play action rollout. Oh my God, can we stop with the play action rollout? Play action rollout, they either bring out either the tight end or a wide receiver. All the teams are doing now is shadowing Daniel Jones and covering the tight end. That's all they're doing now. I thought after 2 weeks the Giants would have came up with something a little bit different. I think that is something that we need to look at. And I love it because someone said to me, well, the perception of Daniel Jones being turnover prone is now outdated. No, it's not outdated when you don't throw the ball. When you don't throw the ball and you don't put him in a position to make mistakes, that's not outdated. It's just what it is. It is what it is. And I just love it because they say that they see Daniel, and there's people that are honest on Twitter because people are like, some people are like, Mike Kafka has helped Daniel Jones take the next steps into being a quarterback evolution. And then they said, but it's not dramatic. And that's what it is. And the staff has concentrated, to their credit, playing to Jones' strengths. And that's what they did. I loved it the other day when somebody was like, no team, they were like, no team has had like 10 wins and made the playoffs and just dumped their quarterback the next year. Really? Why don't you look at the 2017 Buffalo Bills? Went 9-7, lost in the wild card game to the Jacksonville Jaguars, had a cake schedule, got rid of Tyrod Taylor the next year, drafted some guy named Josh Allen, and he started 11 games as a rookie. It happens. And that's what we have to look at. And like I said, I love Daboll for the fact that says he basically just comes out and says, we get into a shootout, I don't know if we can win. I don't know if we can do it. I don't know if we can make the necessary adjustments from the pieces that we have and the quarterback we have and the line that we have, that if we get into having to throw the ball 45 times because we're behind, I don't know if we can do it. Darius Slayton had a great comment. He says, whether we throw it 50 times or run it 50 times, I think we're all on the same page. And that's the great thing about Slayton. I am so glad Darius has finally got his ass off the bench. I've been saying since training camp, I have no idea why the fan base got so down on him after last year. We did a video breakdown of what was and what was not Darius's faults last year. And I never understood how this coaching staff just kind of put him in the doghouse, because it just didn't make sense to me, because of the fact that I thought he was going to be, I thought he could have been a cog for this team, and now he is. Now he's playing well. Like I said, that pass and catch was all Slayton. Daniel Jones threw it off his back foot, and people are going to say, you're bashing Daniel Jones. Shut up. I don't want to hear it from him. You're going to leave a stupid comment like that, move on. This is going to be fun till February 17th. I think the filter's off. I think it's gone. I think it's gone off. Because you know what? And I've said it before, Daniel Jones is a part of this team. He is not the team. He is a part of this team. I've never seen a fan base rally around an average quarterback so much and think he's something that he's not. But the coaching staff and everyone outside the league sees it. I've never seen that. But like I said, my man crush on Daboll grows more and more because of the fact that, like I said, he just says it like, I love the fact that he says it like it is. Maybe he should be saying it, maybe he shouldn't be saying it, but you know what? He's just a guy. He's just a guy that's just saying it like it is. And at the end of the day, he is just hoping that he can move forward and keep winning, because it's all about winning. That's at the end of the day. I don't care how the Giants win. It's all about winning. But like I said it before, just don't piss down my leg and tell me it's raining. The Odell Beckham thing has just got to end. I love this now. Giants are in a coin flip for Odell Beckham, and they may have to make signing happen. Okay, guys. You got less than $1 million something in cap space. Odell's going to want a minimum of a 2-year deal. He's going to want a guaranteed deal for the second year, because what player coming off a major knee injury is going to turn around and only take a short-term contract and not have a deal for next year in place? Can we just see and think about this? And the time, if you want to sign him or think about signing, would be during the bye week. not after it. And it's great that Odell loved his time in New York. Odell wants to win. But at this point for Odell, it's about getting paid. He's at the tail end of his career. These are the last contracts that he's probably going to get. He is going to want a 2-year deal. He is not going to want, he's 30 years old. He is not going to want to get a deal where he's only going to get paid for 4 or 5 games and then turn around and be a free agent next year. No, he's going to want a deal that is going to give him the security for this season and 2023. So can we please just stop it? Please use your head. Think. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We're going to think. We got a big man, like I said, we got the big man crush on Daboll. We're not going to be doing a video every day coming up. We're going to do it maybe once every day. We'll see. Unless news comes up as well. We're going to have a lot of fun. I think I have one more ticket. I think I have one more ticket available to take a subscriber to a Giant game with me. We had Irish Rover with us last Sunday, which was a lot of fun to hang out with the Rover. I got someone coming for the game this Sunday with the Lions as well. I think we got one more ticket. We're also, like I said, we're doing the for the month of November and December. All Super Chat money is going to in a pile, and we're doing it to buy Coaches Club tickets for the January 1st game against the Colts. So I'm hoping that we can get enough money together to purchase 3 Coaches Club tickets. And then we're gonna have we're gonna do an auction again, or a raffle again, or something. So we're gonna take 3 subscribers again to the Coaches Club, hang out with me for the day, and then, like I said, it's gonna be the January 1st game against the Colts. I'll have more information that when that comes up and is more available. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you can if you subscribe, if you can ring that bell, you hear the news, that'd be awesome.